Hi, it's so good to connect with you today, and I'm glad that we have some time together coming up during our church service on Sunday. It is so important that we do this and hold fast to the basics of things that help us and strengthen us. And of course, our church community is one of these core things. First and foremost, the awareness that God is joining us at every moment to empower us during this time of survival. That is so important. And upholding this reality of the kingdom of God together is really a positive affirmation. Indeed, this pandemic is clearly not going away, and at times this is hard. We're all suffering from some pandemic exhaustion. So, very important to take time for yourself at times, to take time with each other in some of the backyard gatherings that we may have as opportunities, some barbecue time together during the summer. We all are experiencing some pandemic exhaustion, in part also because there is so much coming at us. It is a survival time. So I took a handbook of survival, a manual to survival. Of course, this manual is the ultimate survival manual. Um, but the rule number one that it describes to know about survival is that survival is not something that is necessarily physical, um, nor is it about knowing certain skills. It's first and foremost acknowledging that survival is a mental game, not about education, but a mindset of knowing what your limits are, knowing what strengthens you, and knowing what risks not to take. That is the rule number one in this survival handbook that I think is also very important for us to take in account. Given that this is a time of survival, we're all keenly aware of what it does to us. One of the experiences that you have during a survival time is that you are confronted with your weaknesses as a nation, your weaknesses as a family, your weaknesses individually, as a couple, and these are magnified during the time of stress. So, in the time of survival, it is so key to connect with the mindset, with the inner core elements of strength that you have in yourself. And one of our most powerful resources is the fact of the kingdom of God, the fact that God is here to empower us. When Jesus talks about the kingdom of God, and he will do this also today, this Sunday in the gospel, it comes to us as a category that is so well known. We have heard this language so oftentimes. It's typical religious blah blah, almost the kingdom of God. But when Jesus launched that idea, it was not. Religion was a set of rules, a set of stories from of yore, and talking about the influence of God here and now, that God is an empowering force for each one of us. We as Christians even have oftentimes connected this message of power with political power or military power or even social power. And yet, the parables are showing that first and foremost, this power of God is coming at us as a power that is strengthening each one of us in their identity, in their struggles, in making sure that your problems are part of God's plan in the sense of that you feel supported and that you feel surrounded. And then to make sure that this is also not a movement just for yourself, but that you can do this as a community, growing in strength amidst the condition of survival. That is the message that Jesus is seeking to offer us. This Sunday we'll talk about this more, but first, at this moment, I would like to share this with you as a way in which we can already prepare ourselves in prayer for this Sunday, in prayer in connection with each other, and especially to pray for each other during this time of survival. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday.